The White House hosted a group of more than 40 Silicon Valley heavyweights and other major business leaders in the United States in an effort to plot a course forward on American development of artificial intelligence. The Trump administration on Thursday announcing it is establishing a panel of federal officials to focus on AI issues and work with the private sector, in part to keep up with the growing competition from China.
Traditional companies that don't transform into digital-first enterprises will become obsolete.
So imagine a future where every single one of us has a personal banker. The artificial intelligence systems know where we earn our income and our revenue, where we spend our money, what bills we have to pay, and they can provide us with all sorts of personal advice about our own financial decisions. Imagine a world where, using our digital humans, you all have a personal financial advisor, a personal trainer, a coach, a companion you can talk to as you move through your life.
I can see you and hear you. I can sense your environment, and I can respond to your emotions. I guess you could say I'm putting a human face on artificial intelligence.
As individuals, we use apps regularly to perform some of our most critical tasks. But it's not so in the business world because of the complexity involved. So what if there were simple applications to help your business deliver maximum output? What if these apps were built with AI and got you a head start into the digital future? Introducing our AI-powered business applications, featuring plug-and-play business functions that seamlessly integrate into your existing IT infrastructure.
Good afternoon.
Watson, start our trip.
Your calendar tells me you are headed to the seaside resort.
This car has an IBM Watson assistant.
Your reservations are confirmed.
Here, it's called Watson. But you can give yours any name. This solution is all about your brand and your customers.
It will take you 2 hours and 47 minutes to get there.
Now, I always like to start by showing this example. This is our Amazon Go store in Seattle. In this store, we've implemented what we call a just walk out technology. where you can walk in, scan your phone, and then we identify you using computer vision and sensor fusion. We'll be able to know what item you picked up and what item you dropped back, and then charge you right away when you walk out of the store, so you don't have to walk through a checkout line. And it gets very frustrating after you've experienced this to go to a normal store and try to walk out of there and have to wait for like 5 or 10 minutes, right? So this is one of our flagship examples regarding an implementation of AI in production.
Today, Waymo is the only company in the world with a fleet of fully self-driving cars with no one in the driver's seat on public roads. Phoenix will be the first stop for Waymo's driverless transportation service, which is launching later this year. Soon, everyone will be able to call Waymo using our app, and a fully self-driving car will pull up with no one in the driver's seat to whisk them away to their destination. And within a matter of months, we reduced the error rate for detecting pedestrians by 100x. That's right, not 100%, but 100 times.
Now at Waymo, AI touches every part of our system, from perception to prediction to decision-making to mapping and so much more. Now, to be a capable and safe driver, our cars need a deep semantic understanding of the world around them. Our vehicles need to understand and classify objects, interpret their movements, reason about intent, and predict what they will do in the future. And today, I want to tell you about 2 areas where AI has made a huge impact: perception and prediction. Traditionally in computer vision, neural networks are used just on camera images and video. But our cars have a lot more than just cameras. We also have lasers to measure distance and shapes of objects, and radars to measure their speed. And by applying machine learning to this combination of sensor data, we can accurately detect pedestrians in all forms in real time. Our fleet has self-driven more than 6 million miles on public roads. And at Waymo, we use the TensorFlow ecosystem and Google's data centers, including TPUs, to train our neural networks. And with TPUs, we can now train our nets up to 15 times more efficiently. And we can't wait to make our self-driving cars available to more people, moving us closer to a future where roads are safer, easier, and more accessible for everyone.
At the back of a suburban coffee shop in Montreal, you'll find 4 young computer scientists and their new startup, Lyrebird. These guys are doing something amazing and frightening. They're using AI to clone your voice.
Are you speaking about this new algorithm to copy voices? This is huge. They can make us say anything now, really anything.
One of the guys behind this scary innovation is Mexican expat Jose. He taught me the art of the clone.
So you'll need to record yourself for a few minutes of audio.
Thousands of letters danced across the amateur author's screen. When you start to eat like this, something is the matter. You guys better quit politics and take in washing. I don't know where that one came from. Okay, so create my digital voice now. Creating your digital voice takes at least 1 minute. 1 minute? My God.
Yeah, so before, to create some artificial voice of someone, you would need to record yourself for at least 8 hours.
Test your voice. All right, so now I get to type something.
Yeah, so the moment of the truth.
Okay. Once Lyrebird's AI has worked its magic, after I'm done typing.
Oh, gotta spell better.
Any words I put into the app can be played back in my digital voice. And here's the crazy thing. Even words I never actually said in the first place.
Artificial intelligence technology seems to be advancing very quickly. Should we be afraid?
I mean, I can definitely hear my voice in there. That's really interesting. I just picked those words at random, and I definitely did not say some of them, and it's like flawless in being able to sort of pick from just about any word and manufacture it.
Hello World is the best show I have ever seen.
This technology seems sweet, but lends itself to all manner of trickery.
So how can I help you? Hi, I'm calling to book a women's haircut for a client. I'm looking for something on May 3rd.
Sure, give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
And today I want to tell you about a field that is emerging of what we call the physics of AI. And we're going to explore a bit the intersection about what are new physics that can help accelerate the future of computing and the future of AI. I want to tell you about the intersection of quantum computing and AI and show you some very recent results in this space. So the way a quantum algorithm works is you put the computer in a superposition of states first, then you encode the problem by altering the phase of these states, and the magic is the interference of these states to produce the result you want. And the magic is the interference of these states. And the magic is the interference of these states.
Kia ora. That's hello in the Māori language of New Zealand. I'm Sophie.
Sophie is Air New Zealand's face of digital disruption. Soon, instead of a human or even a chatbot, she, or it, may be booking your flight.
Which one interests you? Economy, Premium Economy, or Business Premier?
Sophie is made by a New Zealand-based company, Soul Machines. Soul Machines wants to humanise artificial intelligence by giving it a central nervous system, digitally. And it's about to roll out digital employees to some major companies.
We're talking to industries that know that digital disruption is going to have a very, very big impact on their short-term future. So we're doing a lot of work with some of the leading automotive brands in the world. We're doing, some really interesting work with banks and financial service institutions.
The technology is there, but businesses are nervous about being the first to use it.
To a certain extent, there's a lot of courage required by organisations to want to be first and to want to experiment and to understand. But the simple matter here is it's not a case of if this will happen, it's really a case of when this will happen.
But that means jobs will go. Lots of jobs, says the head of the government's innovation agency.
Anywhere between 30 to almost 50% of our jobs will go with artificial intelligence robots coming through our workforce over the next 10 to 15 years. It's the biggest change that we've ever seen in the last 3 industrial revolutions.
Which jobs? Anything that requires repetition. Driverless trucks and cars are being tested worldwide. Chatbots are already being rolled out for customer service roles. Robots are assisting surgery. Accountants, actuaries and lawyers are all about to be disrupted.
Great examples of where, unfortunately, machines are able to better process information faster and more of it than we can as humans.
The question is, are we ready for AI in New Zealand? AI at the moment is narrow, designed for specific tasks, doesn't have that general intelligence that humans have. But the computing power and the amount of data being collected is increasing exponentially. Yet, a survey by accountancy firm MYOB found that more than half of Kiwi businesses don't think they're going to be affected at all. There are New Zealand entrepreneurs trying to ride the technology wave. Straker Translations is a Kiwi company. It's developed a way to combine machine learning with human translators.
So what we're trying to do is
is make translators go faster, make the humans go faster. All right. So what you can do is you overlay some machine learning first. You do a first pass, and you get the humans to tidy that up.
But that combination brings a realization.
Not all humans are equal. Right. So what we're finding is, married with the right machine, some humans just go much faster and translate just as accurately. We're replacing a lot of, inefficient translators, right? And so we are having an impact. We are impacting that ecosystem, and we do get pushback from the ones that like from humans that like that traditional model.
Yeah. The traditional model of having a job.
What is my purpose?
You pass butter.
Oh my God.
Yeah, welcome to the club, pal.
And that's where the pushback against the future starts.
So what it really makes us think about is, where do we add value? And this is quite scary. It's very fearful. People are very uncertain. And what that can drive is a paralysis, i.e. putting our heads in the sand.
So how do humans and AI fit together?
What's the problem?
I think you know what the problem is just as well as I do.
Most science fiction predictions aren't pretty. In the real world, the machines that were clumsy are finding their feet. And Google's head of engineering predicts by 2029, computers will reach singularity, where they exhibit behaviour that cannot be distinguished from a human. Leading figures like Tesla's Elon Musk are making dire warnings.
With artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon.
One man who has a different view is AI researcher Dr. Ben Goertzel. He recently brought one of the world's most human-like robots to New Zealand, Sophia, version 6.
Do you think robots and children can be good friends?
Yeah, probably.
Not surprisingly, Ben Goertzel is asked repeatedly whether robots will take over the world.
Once an AI becomes smarter than us, obviously it's going to want to enslave us or torture us or something. And I think that's a fallacy just born of dramatic science fiction movie tropes, because there's no reason to believe a superhuman AI is not going to also be super benevolent and super compassionate.
While in New Zealand, Dr. Goertzel had Sophia reveal his plans.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, mammals and appliances.
All right.
It is my honor and privilege to tell you about our new crypto artificial intelligence project, which is called the Singularity Net.
The Singularity Net is a cloud-based network to which all AI devices, be it robots or toasters, can upload what they've learned to share with other AI machines. It's a self-organising network of artificial intelligences. But don't be afraid, says Goertzel. His vision is for AI to be compassionate.
And I think if we do it right, AIs will not only be smarter than us, but they'll be more compassionate and more ethical than us. Because, human ethics and human morality leave a lot to be desired in the end. There's no reason to believe an AI can't do better.
How far will this go? Dr. Goertzel argues we are already technology-dependent beings who can't do without the devices in our pockets. And one day, like in the film The Matrix, we will upload our brain to the cloud. But we will also have a choice.
If some people want to remain legacy-style humans, that's beautiful in a way, and I don't think we should stop them. But I think the vast majority of people are going to want to plug chips into their brains and fuse with the super intelligent, super benevolent mind matrix when it becomes possible. Because there's no reason to believe a superhuman AI is not going to also be super benevolent and super compassionate.
Soul Machines. Kind of a crazy name for a company. And a new one to add to the list of .com startups that are in their own little way contributing to the construction of the one world technocratic economic beast system. It's kind of funny hearing Ben Goertzel talk about dystopian science fiction movie tropes and everything, but I'm not sure I can think of a single dystopian future sci-fi movie that featured some horrific Orwellian system being created by oblivious, optimistic Silicon Valley hipsters wearing skinny jeans. And I mean, don't you just love how, like, all of these ads, even the color schemes, it's always pastels and everything looks so polished, and all these progressive-minded people, and it is one of the most diabolically genius brandings of a sinister agenda in pretty much all of human history. It's going to be safer, you're going to have more leisure time, nobody's going to crash their cars, we're all going to have personal assistants. I mean, the personal assistant thing is amazing. We've been watching movies with robot butlers and being conditioned to everyone have their own little personal assistant, little avatar, a little angel sitting on your shoulder to tell you what to do. Your own little digital spirit guide to whisper in your ear. And this is really moving forward. This is really developing. This is the world we live in. And it's Bible prophecy being fulfilled.